Hello everyone, my name is Kajol and we are doing a responsive web design course which is offered by a FreeCodeCamp. And in this course, we are going to solve the project which is a learn HTML forms by building a registration form. And in this form, we saw in first video we already solved from step first to step 11, and in this video we are going to solve the step 12 to step 20. Now I will start the step 12 and I will show you how we can solve that particular step. So let's go. Yeah. In step 12, problem is saying the method attribute specifies how to send form data to the URL specified in the action attribute. The form data can be sent via get request as a URL parameters with method equals to get, or via a post request as a data in the request body with method equals to post. Set the method attribute to send your form data via post request. So the step 12 is saying ki we have to set the attribute which is the method attribute in form, and in method attribute we have to give the value post, so our data can be sent. So okay, now I will set the attribute which is the method attribute and value equals to post. So in this post we have to do only this one, method equals to post in the form tag. Now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Okay, the test case is passing and my code is correct, so our step 12 is solved. Now I will submit my code and go to the next challenge. Okay, now this is a step 13, and as the form will have three distinct sections, add three field set elements within the form element. So in this step we have to add the three field set element in our form. We have to add field set element under the form element. Okay, so I am going to add the field set element, field set, and this is a closing field set. Okay, now I will just copy this one and I will paste for two times, means it will become a 3 times. So yeah, here you can see output 3 times field set element is set, and in this step we have to do only this part. Okay, so now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Check your code. Yeah, my test case is passing and my code is correct. Now submit the code and go to the next challenge. Step 14 now. So the first field set will hold name, email, and password fields. Start by adding 4 label elements to the first field set. Okay, so in this step we have to add the 4 label elements. In the first field set we have to add the 4 label elements. So I am going to add the label element. This is a opening label and this is a closing label. I will just copy this one and paste it for 3 times. It will become a 4 times. Okay, so in this step we have to do only this part. So now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Check your code. Yeah, my test case is passing and my code is correct. Now I will submit my code and go to the next challenge. Okay, now step 15. Step 15 is saying add the following text to the label elements. Enter your first name, enter your last name, enter your email, create a new person. Okay, so in this step we have to add, in first label we have to add this part, is enter your first name. In second label we have to add enter your last name. In third label we have to add the enter your email, and in fourth label we have to add the create a new password. So now I will add this text one by one. I will just copy and paste. Okay, for first enter your first name. For second, I will copy this one and I will paste here for the second. Now I will copy this one for third and I will paste in this third label element. Now I will copy this fourth one part and I will paste in this fourth label element. Okay, so in this section we just have to add this text in label elements. So now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Check your code. Yeah, my test case is passing, means my code is correct. Now I will submit my code and go to the next challenge. This is a step 16. The REM unit stands for root EM and is relative to the font size of the HTML element. Okay, as the label elements are inline by default, here you can see we added a label elements. That's why it is an inline element. Here you can see the output, and the let's say label elements are inline by default. Okay, they are all displayed side by side on the same line, making their text hard to read. Yeah, we can see here how it is looking. And to make them appear on separate lines, add display block to the label elements and add a margin of 0.5 REM and 0 to separate them from the each other. Okay. So to display this label element line by line, we have to add the display block, and we have to add margin for the top and bottom 0.5 rem, and for the left and right 0. Okay. So now I will and this here you can see we are going to add this in a style.css. So okay, now I will take a label, and I will add display is a block, and margin is margin 0.5 rem. After writing 0.5 rem, you can see here changes from above and bottom 0.5 rem, and 0 for left, and here you can see the output. Now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Yeah, my test case is passing and my code is correct. Now I will submit my code and go to the next challenge. Okay. This is the step 17. In step 17, we have to do nest and input element within each label. Be sure to add each input after the label text and include a space after the column. Okay, so in this step, we have to add the input element after this text, after this label element text, and we have to add one space also. After the column, we have to add the one space. Now I will take a input element after space, input. Okay, and input element is a self-closing tag. So I will close this also here, and I will just copy this one and I will paste in each label element after one space after the colon. Okay, for the email also, for the password also. Okay, now you can write here text. Okay, so now in this part we have to just add the input element. Now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Yeah, my test case is passing and my code is correct. Now I will submit my code and go to the next challenge. Yeah. Oh, this is the step 18. So what is saying the step 18? Following accessibility best practices, link the input elements and the label elements together using the for attribute. Okay. Use first name, last name, email, and new password as a values for the respective ID attributes. Okay. So we have here for the we have to add ID attributes in input tab. Okay. So now I will add the ID is for first name, okay, first name. ID equals to last name is for second label or second input tag, ID equals to last name, okay. And for this one, I have to add the ID equals to email, and for this one, I have to write the ID equals to new password, okay. Now I will check my code, it is correct or not. No, sorry. The fourth input element should have an ID new password. Okay. So here I did typo error. Now I will check my code, it is correct or not. The first label element should have for attribute with the value of first name. Okay. The problem is step 18 is saying we have to add ID also, and we have to add the for element in label for attribute in a label. Okay. So first name, this is for first name. This is for last name. In for element, we have to give the ID only, okay? Don't forget. And here is email. And for fourth one, new password. Okay. Now I will check my code, it is correct or not. So yeah, my test case is passing and my code is correct. So in this step, we have to just add the ID element in input tab, and which ID you given, that which ID name you given in that particular tab, we have to add that ID name in a for attribute in a label tab. Okay. So now I will submit my code and go to the next challenge. This is a step 19. Okay. Specifying the type attribute of a form element is important for the browser to know what kind of data it should expect. Okay. If the type is not specified, the browser will default to text. Okay. Give the first two input elements a type attribute of text, the third type attribute of email, and the fourth a type attribute of password. The email type only allows emails with a @ and a dot in the domain. The password type obfuscates the input, and once if the site does not use HTTPS. Okay. So in this step, we have to add the in these input elements, we want to add which type of text. Means we want to add a text, we want to add an email, or we want to add a password. So for specify that one, we have to add the type in the input tab. Okay, so now I'm going to add the type. Here is given for first input, we have to add the text. For second input also, we have to add the text. Okay, text, sorry, text. For third one, we have to add the email. Here you can see for third type of attribute is email. Okay, I will add here type equals to email, and for fourth one, type equals to password, Okay, now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Check your code. Yeah, my test case is passing and my code is correct. Now I will submit and go to the next challenge. So in this video, this is our last step, which is the step 20. Now, what is saying the step 20? The first input element with the type of submit is automatically set to submit its nearest parent form element. To handle the form submission, after the field set element, add an input element with the type attribute set to submit and the value attribute set to submit. Okay. So now in this, we have to add the input type as a submit after the field set. Okay. So I have to add here submit. For the submitting form purpose, we have to add the input tab and type equals to submit. Okay. I will again read the statement. The first input element with the type of submit is automatically set to submit its nearest form element. Okay, to handle the form submission after the last field set. Yeah, after the last field set element, add an input element with the type attribute set to submit and the value attribute set to the submit. Okay, so in this we have to add after last field set element, we have to add the input tab, which is type attribute to value equals to submit and value equals to submit. Okay, and yes, it's in capital for submit. Okay, and here you can see the output of this one. Now I will check my code, it is correct or not. Yeah, my code is correct and my test case is passing. So now I will submit my code and go to the next challenge. So this is step 21. I will complete the step 21 to 30 in third videos, and I will release that video also soon. And thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.